I'm going to show you how to do this 2-strand twisted mohawk that I did on my friend Alicia's Type 3C hair. I'll be using Mizani Curl Balance Shampoo, Trader Joe's Nourish Spa Conditioner, Apogee Keratin and Green Tea Restructurizer, Mixed Chicks Leave-In Conditioner, Cream of Nature Perfect 7 Leave-In, Elastic UP Curl Defining Pudding, Eco Styler Olive Oil Gel, Eden Body Works Jojoba Manoi Oil, a standard pick, an assortment of combs, and a few butterfly clips. I'm going to begin by shampooing 2 times in cool water and deep conditioning with a plastic cap under my hooded dryer for about 20 minutes. Then I'm going to apply some of the Apogee Restructurizer spray, a little bit of the Cream of Nature Perfect 7 Leave-In, and then last I'll layer in a little bit of Mixed Chicks Leave-In for definition and to control frizz. Now I am going to detangle Alicia's hair in sections. I always start from the bottom of the section and then work my way to the roots. This makes detangling a lot easier and prevents a lot of pullout. As you can see, Alicia's hair is detangling quite easily based upon the fact that I've layered in several leave-in treatments that all help with detangling. The more I interact with you all on social media, I am learning that many of you have anxiety or apprehension around detangling your hair. Whenever I do my own hair or anyone else's, I always thoroughly detangle, and here's why. Think of your hair like your body. You need a proper balanced diet to be healthy and exercise to build endurance and to be strong. Think of the products that you use in your hair like your hair's diet, and the act of detangling and combing and brushing your hair as exercise for your hair. If you feel you are combing out too much hair, consider how long you've had the comb. You should be replacing your tools every 4 to 6 months. Also, are you taking small sections and working your way from the ends up to the roots? Are you using a leave-in with a detangling or slip property? These factors work together. I personally do not finger detangle, but if it works for you, by all means continue with the method that you know is best for your hair. But just be careful that you're not snagging or dragging uneven nails or cuticles through your hair. If you struggle with knots, consider how you're shampooing. If you're leaning forward over a sink or if you're pulling your hair multiple directions, you are more prone to knotting. Try doing a pre-poo treatment to soften your hair and then gently massage your shampoo from the roots to the ends so that your hair is not being manipulated a whole lot and wrapping around your head. Also, shampooing in the shower will keep you from having such a hard time detangling as the hair is being rinsed back instead of forward. Now I'm going to part Alicia's hair into 3 sections, leaving the middle section wider at the top and narrowing it into a V in the back. To prepare the sides for twisting, I'm going to apply a little bit of the Eco Styler Olive Oil Gel. Now I am going to neatly part out a section of hair so that I can flat twist it against the scalp. This is just a simple twisting and pulling motion, going up the scalp to the very top of the part. Then I'm going to continue to wind the section of hair around and Bantu knot it, making sure that I am securing each turn of the hair underneath the previous rotation. This is going to ensure that the knot stays put without having to use any bob pins or rubber bands. I'm going to continue to install these flat twists into Bantu knots on this entire section of hair. Then I will repeat this process on the other side of her head. The beauty of a style like this is that you have options. You can just put flat twist in one section of the hair, maybe the front quadrant on one side, or you can do both sides as I'm going to do here to create a full mohawk effect. Now that I'm done installing the flat twist and Bantu knots on both sides, I'm going to 2-strand twist all of the middle section hair. I'm going to use just a little bit of Eco Styler olive oil gel and a small dab of Elastic QP Curl Defining Pudding. You can use whatever 2 products you want to use for this part. Just remember to pick products that play well together. I personally like these 2 because they both contain olive oil. Olive oil is extremely moisturizing and it doesn't flake. So this will give the hair a lot of shine and moisture so that Alicia doesn't have to add a bunch of other product to her hair afterwards. And whenever she needs to retwist, she should just be able to take a little bit of water and spritz it in and retwist the sections without adding additional product. I'm going to continue to twist small sections of hair until all of the hair has been 2-strand twisted. I'm going to twist the hair in the front forward to give it a little volume and lift on the styling end. You can twist your hair whichever direction you choose. Also, if you feel like your hair doesn't quite curl up enough on the ends, feel free to add a few perm rods. This is a view of how the style looks wet. All the middle hair has been 2-strand twisted and both sides of her hair have been flat twisted into Bantu knots. Now I'm going to have Alicia sit under the hooded dryer until her hair is completely dry. If you prefer, you can air dry your hair and allow it to set overnight. Now that Alicia's hair is 100% dry, I'm going to use the Eden Body Works Jojoba Monoi oil to put a little bit of moisture into her scalp, and I'm going to use it to separate her twist. You can use whatever oil works best for you. I'm going to begin by pulling the 2 strands apart and smoothing oil all the way to the ends. I'm using just a tiny bit of oil, just enough to give my fingers enough slip so that I don't create any frizz while pulling these apart. This is where you can decide how much volume you want to create from day one. I'm going to go back through each section and separate each piece of the 2-strand twist a few more times. I'm still using just a little bit of oil on my fingers so that I don't create any frizz or snag any hair. I like to stretch the hair with my hands, insert one of my fingers, pull the hair apart and drag my fingers all the way to the ends. This keeps the hair in as much of the original shape as possible so that you don't have a lot of frizz. To shape the hair into the mohawk style and give more volume and lift, I'm going to use my pick and go in at the root and glide the pick out just a couple inches so that the hair stands up. You can use your fingers to do this, or you can choose not to do it at all. It's completely up to you for style. Total style time for this was about 2.5 hours. Alicia can maintain this style by pulling the twist up on top of her head in a pineapple and then wrapping a silk scarf around the sides, or she can retwist sections as needed throughout the week. For more information and hair tips, visit MoKnowsHair.com.